Hey guys, it is Friday evening here in Manila, so it is time for us to do our free-for-all weekend video. And tonight we're taking a look at a bunch of pink cars, and the reason we picked pink is to help raise awareness for breast cancer. As you may know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month from the 1st all the way through the 31st to help raise awareness of this horrible disease and try to encourage women to get their mammograms done and talk to their doctors about this disease. And if you do have any other questions and you want to look at like a very informative website, I enclose the website link in the description of this video for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. They have a lot of information there of like symptoms and like when you should get this done, at what ages you should think about getting mammograms done and other things like this. So it's very informative. You may want to take a look at it. So I just wanted to do this to help do my part in raising awareness. So let's go ahead and proceed with what we usually do here, and that is look at some die-cast cars. And tonight we are looking at cars from pastel pink all the way to dark magenta, Moulin Rouge, panther pink. And we did not discriminate. There are JDM cars, American Muscle cars, a couple lowriders, and there's chase pieces and non-chase pieces, so there's a whole lot to look at. I think 17 cars total. I think most of them you guys have seen, but we're just going to take a quick look at them again and give you a brief description of each one. We won't spend a lot of time on each car because that'll take a huge amount of time. So with this being said, let's go ahead and get started with what we have in front of us. Now, I'll start with the one in the very back, the pickup truck. This is a 1952 Chevy 5-window pickup from Hot Wheels. This is their Super Treasure Hunt edition. As you can see, the TH in the rear fender. And this has like a patinaed look to it. That's why you have like these dull looking spots on the roof and on the hood to kind of give it that patinaed look. It looks actually better when it is the pastel like pink color with the green pinstriping in the regular form, but super form's cool because it's got the Spectre Flame pink paint and the rubber tires. So really cool piece. One of my I can't say favorite trucks that I have, but it is one of the supers that I have of pickups. I think my favorite one would have to be my 67 Chevy C10. But unfortunately, it's not pink, so we don't get to see it today. So this is the first one. Now, the next three are Daytonas. And I'll go ahead and take a look at the one in the middle first. This is actually a driver's series chase car from M2, and it is from, I think, right around release 17 or 18. This was the release where they released, I think, like 6 different chase cars. They were all this dark metallic pink with pink tires and all white trim. So this is the second time the Daytona appeared, but there were a lot of chase cars in the series that it appeared in. The first one was green, so this is its second appearance, which I really dig this one. It just looks really cool with this metallic pink, the pink rubber tires, the white wheels, and the white blower and such, so it looks really cool. Now, the next series is actually a series that was built on helping raise awareness for breast cancer. Sean Taylor at M2 wanted to do something so he could do his part, and all of the cars in that series, there's 6 cars in it, were pink. And this actually probably is the most suited one. I think there was another Mopar in there that you would have expected to be pink. So this actually looks factory, but there was an Olds 442, a 70 Chevelle, and a couple of Fords. I think a Torino and a Mustang maybe. But those you would not have expected to be pink. The Mopars, yes, because Mopar is known for high-impact colors. And this looks really killer with the white top, the white tail stripe, and such. And it has the rare Hemi like striped hood on it. That's actually a pretty cool looking decal, and you don't see it too often on stock Daytona. So that looks really good. Looks great with the Magnum 500 wheels too. Now, in that series, they had a regular chase and a super chase, and it was based on this car. I have the regular chase one here, and the only difference really is that they did a lousy job at the pink paint, but that's actually not one of the features. The feature is that they pinked out all of the chrome and wheels. I don't know how else to call it. I know when they do it with black, they call it blacking out everything. Well, this one's been pinked out. It has pink wheels, pink door handles, pink bumpers, pink gas cap. Everything's pink. So they did that on this one, and even pink interior, as you can see, and not a pink base though. But the reason I say they did a lousy job with the paint on this car is because the doors on this car are so much darker than the rest of the car. The Super Chase is even worse than this. The Super Chase, I don't know what they were trying to do with it. I don't think it was supposed to be raw. I think it was supposed to be like a translucent pink over a raw finish, but it didn't come out so good because you have the same issue. Dark pink doors, and like the body though had like just pink outlines, and the rest of the body panel looked like it was Zamac or Raw, however you want to call it. It didn't look so hot, but it's a rare car. It's hard to find, desirable too. I've seen it go for a couple $100 when it does come up for sale. So not my cup of tea for a chase car, especially Super Chase. It didn't turn out the way I thought it should have, but they're all like that. But as you can see, the regular variant of the car looks great. I mean, the pink paint does well with laying down even. The quarters, the front fenders match the door pretty good, but the Chase, not so much. So, unfortunately, that's the way mostly all of them are. And as I said, if you have the Super Chase or seen the Super Chase, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's even worse. So our lightest colored pink car here today is from Mini GT, the Pink Pig GTR R35. Really cool car, really cool body kit. This is the only one I have with the style body kit. Actually, I do have another one, but we haven't unboxed it yet. We will be doing that this weekend too. That's why I said this is the video to kick off our free-for-all weekend videos, because we have a couple of USA Miho released GTRs we will be taking a look at this weekend. And then I will also inform you on why Miho exclusives for Mini GT are not so exclusive. So make sure you tune in for that so you can hear what I'm talking about the exclusive, not so exclusive thing. But anyways, this is a really cool car. You guys may remember that I kind of swapped things around in one of my videos with the Chase piece. This is your raw Chase with the pink interior, the pink wheels, and such. And I base swapped it and interior bucket swapped it. That way it looked really good, all pink in my opinion. But since I am a purist when it does come to the Chase stuff, I put it back to its stock appearance. So, really cool car. This is like the third kit of Liberty Walk on the GTR offered. There's a new one coming up at the beginning of 2021 called the Liberty Walk Silhouette Kit. It's similar to what you've seen on the first release Huracan, but they're putting it on a GTR this time. So pretty cool. And do have that ordered, so you guys will get to take a look at it later on this year, or maybe at the beginning of 2021 whenever I get them. So this car actually looks pretty good in raw. Like, I know usually I'm not a big fan of the raw cars, but this Mini GT doesn't do a too bad of a job with them, because they actually do a finish on it. Like, unfortunately, green light and M2 may be okay, but green light especially does not like finish the raw Zamac so well in a lot of cases, but Mini GT does. So this car actually looks pretty cool. So we have another GTR here from Mini GT, but this has the Pandem body kit, the one that I'm a big fan of. I just like it because it's really different and unusual with these front flares. How the only part that flares out is above the wheel. Everything else dips into the contour of the wheel. As I pointed out before, like the front side of the tire is exposed. The back side of the tire is exposed. The only thing that is enclosed is the top part. So it's a very unusual wide body kit, or flare, whatever you want to call it. The rear flares are kind of cool too because they're kind of boxy looking. Something almost that reminds me of like an R34 quarter panel. Maybe even a silhouette type of quarter panel. So yeah, it's pretty cool looking. Love this metallic pink color. I forget what they called this, if it was like passion pink or something like that, but really cool car. Love this Pandem kit. This is by far my favorite GTR from Mini GT, at least that kit. I don't know about the color, but the color I really like, but I don't know which one's my favorite color. I like all of these Pandem kits from Mini GT. So, next one we're going to be taking a look at is from an oddball brand that you don't see at all anymore, or even hear about for that matter, Motor Max. And these cars have become highly sought after, though. The 71 Chevy Impala, and also they make a 76 Chevy Caprice. And these things go for big money nowadays for a Motor Max car. I mean, they're like 40 bucks, maybe 50 bucks. For this High Rakers one. And then the regular profile American Graffiti, well, I shouldn't say profile, but stance one is usually about 60 or 70 bucks. Sometimes the Caprices can even go for more. So it's ridiculous. I remember when these were like peg warmers and such, I just didn't buy them. Now I wish I would have bought boxes of them because of knowing what they're worth nowadays. So this is just a car, well, the style that started trending back in the early 2000s, maybe around 2004, 2005. This is what we call a donk, the 70 to 76 Impalas and Caprices. So pretty cool. And this actually is kind of done up like the green light stuff, where they just extend the chassis. So actually, if you really wanted to, you probably could knock off these blocks, and then probably the original chassis hole is underneath this block, and you probably could put regular stance suspension on this car. Now, the one I'm going to show you next is the American Graffiti one, but I body swapped it. I took the orange American Graffiti body and put on a High Raker chassis to kind of give myself a couple different High Rakers, and I took the High Raker body and put on this chassis. And as you can see what I mean, it's probably like exactly like I said. It's the same chassis. It's just that they put these extension blocks on it that you probably could take off to lower it back down. The wheels on this one are Hot Wheel 10 spokes, which they look really good on this car. Looks really good. It kind of reminds me of an old school look with like the old KMC 10 spokes, or actually they were 7 spokes, but that's what it just reminds me of. It was like an old 70s Impala running a set of old KMCs that would have been popular back in the 90s. So 2 different looks, 2 different stances on the same car. Same paint job, everything. So it kind of looks cool, high and low. Next one I'm going to show you guys is probably one that you've seen everywhere and everybody has. This is the pink 55 gasser, the big deal, from the 50th anniversary second run. When I say second run, there were 2 releases. This was in the second release of the 50th anniversary. There's 20, or not 20, but 10 cars total. In the first 5, the iconic car was the Datsun 510 wagon. The second run was this guy here. So, as I said, a lot of you guys probably have this. A lot of you guys probably seen this. A lot of these cars have become donors for customs and such. So, probably in about 10 years or so, these will become rare because they did flood the market and everybody bought them up and started making customs with them. And there's also a very rare variant of this, which you gasser fans probably know about. It is the Black Kroger edition. Only Kroger had them. It was the exact same series, exact same car, exact same tampos, except it was black instead of pink. So, that is your 55 gasser from the 50th anniversary. Next two, I'm going to show you a couple more supers. This is one of my favorite flamed supers. Actually, probably my favorite of all the flamed cars I have. Just love this paint job, this candy magenta with the flames everywhere, all the way down the side, on the hood, on the roof, on the deck lid. There's your TH and Hot Wheels emblem. And fortunately, this one I got has like flawless tampos, which usually is a problem to find on a lot of super treasure hunts because they're supposed to be $1 cars, so a lot of times the tampos are not perfect. But this one does have perfect tampos, and it looks killer with these 5 spokes. It looks like an old pro street car from the 90s with this paint job, the candy pink, the 5 spokes. It just looks really, really good. Probably, maybe even one of my favorite supers. Love this car. The second super is my favorite variant of this car. This is your 64 Buick Riv. This is the super from 2008, and if you guys remember, they launched this car for a second time in 2013 in purple with these 10 spokes on it. And it looked pretty good, but this one looks really good because it has the traditional old 70s pattern style lowrider paint job. These 5 spokes look like the old lowrider Supreme 5 spokes. It slightly has a chopped top, so it looks killer. It looks just like a 70s lowrider would have. Even the billet like grill that they made with hideaway headlights and such, it just looks really, really good. So this car is very nice for like trying to mimic a 70s lowrider. The purple one from 13 is also good. It has a nice 70s looking paint job on it too. It's just that the wheels on this one sold it to me over the purple one just because it screams 70s. That's the exact same wheels that they ran in the 70s on a lot of lowriders. If you remember, the most iconic lowrider ever, the 64 Chevy Gypsy Rose, ran these wheels for quite a while when it was first introduced on the show circuits back in the 70s, maybe even the late 60s, I don't remember. But the next couple are zingers from Johnny Lightning. And you've seen these before, and I'm going to do the Challenger first with the mod top because I just love these crazy mod tops. This is actually a factory thing that you would have seen back in the 70s. So this factory Chrysler mod top, and this is your magenta, like they would have called Panther Pink. I forget, to be honest with you, which one was which. If Dodge was Panther Pink or Moulin Rouge, and then vice versa. But it was the same color, just one company called it another. I think Dodge was Moulin Rouge, and I think Plymouth was Panther Pink, but I may be wrong. So, and a little paint flaw there. But yeah, these zingers are really cool. Love the cartoonish looking suspension on these guys. Always love these. Reminds me of the comic book cartoons that we used to have back in the 70s and 80s. And here is his counterpart E-body, the Plymouth Cuda. And this is your AAR. That is really cool. This one's actually a little darker. It's actually maybe not a lot darker, but I think it is slightly darker in my opinion. But anyways, the Panther Pink and Moulin Rouge is pretty dark to begin with because the other two that I have to show you guys are the same color. And this one is from Johnny Lightning. This is the Super B that's recently released. Pretty nice car. It has release A was this guy, and yeah, see Panther for Panther Pink, pretty cool. And then they have the yellow one, and I think the plate on the yellow one said banana for banana yellow. But yeah, very cool car. Unfortunately, it's a little bit underscaled, but still pretty cool car. This is a true scale 70 Super B from M2. So this one you can see what I'm always talking about, how underscaled JLs are sometimes. So see how much bigger the M2 is than the Johnny. It's like Johnnies are like, it would be like a 3/4 scale, like go-kart or something like that to the 1-to-1 car. But still nicely done. It's like the dimensions, body lines, proportions, perfect. It's just underscaled for 1/64th, but the car itself looks killer. That's why I still yet buy these, because they look great setting next to other JL cars. They're very fitting, but with other like true to scale 1/64 stuff, it doesn't look so great. Now we have the Auto World Dart Swinger that we just looked at the other week in our A-body video, but this one is also in Panther Pink. So really cool. The plate says Swinger. Nice car. Auto World does a really nice job on their darts. They don't do such a good job on their Mopar rallies, though. But that's the only complaint that I really have. There's two things about Auto World: the Mopar rallies and the rear wheel opening on their square bodies. Those are the only two things I complain about. Everything else about Auto World is pretty much spot on. But the car is beautiful besides that. So, last but not least is a car from Green Light. Our first green light of the evening, which I'm surprised. Usually I have a bunch of green lights. This is the Gone in 60 Seconds Hemi Cuda in Panther Pink, and it's a very cool car. This one is light, though. That's why I think JL and Auto World are a little dark for their pink, but I may be wrong. Maybe Green Light's a little bit lighter. Maybe there was another pink color that I'm just kind of forgetting about. But whenever I think of Panther Pink and Moulin Rouge, I remember like this color comes to mind, and more pink than purple. The other from Johnny and Auto World are more purple than pink. So you got your shaker hood, your Go-Wing. Really nice looking Cuda. So that wraps up our pink car segment to help raise awareness for breast cancer. So remember, guys, if you do have any questions about this horrible disease, remember I left you the link for the National Breast Cancer Foundation in my description in the video. So if there's any questions, you probably can find your answers there. And anyways, I am going to be doing another video this weekend. As I mentioned earlier, it's going to be on some Liberty Walk GTRs. And they are U.S. releases that are supposedly only one of 1,200 each. That's really limited. But I'm going to tell you the truth behind this. And some of you may already know. And it really, the limited edition thing does not make a difference if you're an opener. I will tell you that. So anyways, I will bring those to you guys probably Saturday night, maybe Sunday morning my time. So it'll be sometime on your Saturday in the U.S. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great start to your weekend. And then if you have not subscribed yet, please remember to do so. Please give me a thumbs up, share the video, tell your friends about my channel. I appreciate all of you watching and subscribing. So I will see you in a couple days. Thanks for watching.